Yep, I'm there and I'm live. Yay. Okay, so welcome everyone to today's Lunch and Learn. I'm super excited to continue where we left off. I put some kind of filter on my face. Don't I look so young and smooth? I don't know if I meant to do that or not, but I was setting up. So anyway, I'm loving that way it looks, but it's a filter. Just FYI, you guys all know the real me. All right, so a couple of things. If you're joining me live, I'd love to have you comment in the feed, below the video. Just comment, hello, I'm here. What you're excited about learning. I am streaming with my StreamYard app today. Still trying to, get that down. I do see I have some chats going on. Let me see what's that. I can see and hear you, but I don't think you can hear me. Was that earlier? Yeah, that was earlier, Melissa. So yeah, I couldn't because you're backstage. And so for those of you that are watching live or watching the replay, please comment if you're watching the replay as well. I have a special friend with me, a special guest who's going to come on in a few minutes, and we're going to talk about blood glucose monitors. So I'm super excited to have Melissa on. She's backstage right now, but I'm going to bring her on in a couple of minutes. So today, you guys, we are talking about hacks for maintaining our blood sugar balance. We started last week with a little discussion about what blood sugar means, what glucose is, how our food converts to glucose, how we get spikes in our blood sugar, what that does to our system, how it causes us to have reactions. And I gave some symptoms of blood sugar imbalance. I'll review those really quickly: fatigue, brain fog, hunger, carb cravings. Sometimes some people feel dizzy. It's difficulty losing weight. So those are shakiness. Those are some signs of hyperglycemia or too high of blood sugar spikes. So that's kind of what we're talking about today, and how to avoid the spikes, because they can just cause a lot of damage to your body. They cause you to age faster. So you can use filters like me. No, they cause you to age faster. They cause excess glucose to get stored in your liver. They cause you to store extra fat. So all these things are not cool. It's not cool. So we want to the goal to feeling good and to keep maintaining our health well, and maintaining actually hormonal balance is a lot of this, because what we eat it triggers hormone responses. We have pathways within our system that trigger hormone responses. So it causes hormonal imbalance as well. So anyway, we're going to go through 5 hacks. The first one that I want to talk to you about is don't eat your carbs solo. Don't eat your carbs solo. I just want to make sure that I really am going live on here.
Don't eat your
carbs
solo.
I am. So I'm good. All right. So don't eat your carbs solo. So protein and fat both slow down the digestion of carbohydrates. And if you work with me in my program, I teach you how to eat PFC simple. PFC standing for protein, fat, carb. And then sometimes I add another F in there, like PFFC, and the other F is for fiber. So when we eat protein and fat and fiber, it helps promote satiety, and it slows down the absorption of the glucose. It reduces that level of spike. And so I'm going to be giving you in my Fall into Health Challenge, I'm going to dive deeper into each of these hacks and give you actually some snack ideas and some meal ideas for doing this don't eat your carbs solo hack. So that's hack number 1. Hack number 2 is make sure you start savory. Like, don't start your day with a waffle or a pancake unless you balance it with a lot of protein and fiber. But preferably get your protein in 30 to 40 grams at breakfast, eggs, cottage cheese, that kind of stuff, Greek yogurt, protein powder, nuts, nut butter, even meat or tofu if you're meatless. Chia seed is a great protein boost as well. So what you eat first thing in the morning really does affect your blood sugar regulation for the whole rest of the day. And that's what you need to understand. It's not just that meal, but it actually sets you up for better maintenance the rest of the day. So I'm just looking for comments on the let me turn the volume down on the Facebook on my phone. Oh, hi, Kathy's here. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you. So yes, if you're here, please comment. Melissa, go ahead and make a couple comments. It helps elevate the video for other people to see. And yeah, so that's hack number 2. So start with a savory, high protein breakfast. It'll set you up for the rest of the day. Hack number 3 is the order of how you eat your food actually does matter. So if you focus on eating your fiber first, your protein and fats second, and your carbs last, you will have less of a spike. As well, as I mentioned earlier, fiber, protein, and fat all slow down the digestion of carbs. So when you eat them before the carbs, it lessens the blood sugar spike. Okay, so according to, I have a cheat sheet in front of me, according to biochemist Jessie, I can't say her last name, also known as the glucose goddess. She's on Instagram. If you want to follow her, she has some great tips on Instagram. You can reduce your glucose spikes by up to 75% and insulin by up to 40%. So you really, if you're insulin sensitive, then this will really help you. Eating in order. So hack number 1, again, don't eat your carbs solo. Always start your breakfast with a high protein meal, savory, not bready, sweet, no donuts for breakfast. And then eat in order. And the next one is add in vinegar. I know, right? Vinegar. Vinegar helps slow down the digestion of carbs as well. It blunts the glucose spike from the carbs. So consuming just 1 tablespoon of vinegar in a tall glass of water before a meal can reduce the glucose spike by up to 30%. And watch out for the gummies. There's a lot of gummies on the market because some of them have sugar in them or alternative sugars in them. So watch out for that. Any vinegar except balsamic vinegar will work. Apple cider vinegar is the best because it has other health benefits. If you can't stomach that, there are other ways to sneak it in. You can always add it in a green salad make a vinegar with apple cider. You can also eat a handful of pickles. If you like pickles, that's very vinegary. You can add vinegar to your tea, apple cider vinegar to your tea. That makes it taste kind of fallish, like a cider tea. And you can make a apple cider marinade for your meat. You can also add it to your smoothies. So there's different ways to get it in if you can't stomach it, just drinking it. Yeah, because I can't stomach just drinking it. So I add it in some other ways. But that helps reduce the spike. Isn't that cool? And then hack number 5 is to, of course, get moving after a meal. Like move your body after meals. When you move your muscles after a meal, it helps clear glucose from your bloodstream. It helps clear the glucose out. So 10 minutes of post-meal movement to reduce glucose spikes. Take a walk after your meal is an easy way to do this. Sometimes I just make sure I don't sit down after dinner. For a while, I was catching myself like having dinner and then sitting on the couch with a glass of wine. Worst thing I could do. So I've been changing that and just making sure that I stay moving, walk around the house a few times, do some jumping jacks, walk in place. Just move. Just don't make a big deal out of it. Just move. It doesn't have to be a scheduled event. Just move. So anyway, you can do squats, lunges, tidy up the house, run the vacuum cleaner. Actually, I'm getting a lot more stuff done. I've been making sure that I stand, like I have a day where I do ironing. And I actually love to iron. Not a lot of people like to iron, but it's one of those tedious tasks that it can pile up, right? And so I now have set a day and a day to iron. I just set up the ironing board and I take breaks from my computer and I go stand and iron because I'm standing and usually I'm listening to some music. You can multitask a lot of things. So I hope those 5 hacks were helpful. Let me just review them real quick again, and then I'll bring Melissa on and we'll talk about her experience with blood glucose monitors. So not eating your carbs solo is the first hack. Always combine them with a protein and a fat and a fiber. Start your morning with a savory meal that sets you up for better balance the rest of the day. Eat your protein and fiber first and your carbs last. Add in vinegar, especially apple cider vinegar, wherever you can with your meal, before a meal, and then get moving after a meal. So those are 5 simple hacks. So as I said, I'm going to dive a little deeper into all of these in my 5-day Fall into Health Challenge, which is happening on September 9th. So be sure you register for that. I'll drop the link as soon as we get off the live so you can get registered. So you can get the free guide with all these tips in it, and you can participate in that week. So, and so I hope that was helpful, and I will be back next week with some more good stuff for you. And I don't know what I'm talking about next week, but I'll figure it out. In the meantime, be sure that you register for the Fall into Health Challenge that's coming up. Invite some friends because we want our friends to be healthy too. Okay, so be healthy, be well, and we'll see you next week on Lunch and Learn. Love you guys.